Now stop, pay attention, and listen to this. You wake up, and before your feet even touch the ground, your mind is already under attack. Notifications, expectations, comparisons, pressure, and yet the real battle isn't out there. It's inside you. Because what truly controls your life is not what happens, but how you interpret and react what happens. And that's where most people lose. They don't lose because life is hard. They lose because they never trained their mind to handle it. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But let's be honest. If that's true, then why do you still feel overwhelmed? Why does one bad comment ruin your entire day? Why does rejection feel like the end of your identity? Why does discomfort feel like something you must escape? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Because you've been trained to be weak without realizing it. Modern life has conditioned you to avoid pain, to chase comfort, to react instantly, to seek validation constantly, and in doing so, it has made you fragile. And Stoicism destroys that fragility and recalibrates you, not gently, brutally. Because Stoicism doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't tell you life will be easy. It tells you life will be hard, and then asks, will you train for life and be harder? Epictetus, who was born a slave, said something that most people still fail to understand. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Think about that. If that is true, then every time you blame your circumstances, every time you say, "This happened to me," every time you wait for life to be fair, you are surrendering your power. So here's the question I want you to answer honestly, and I want you to comment this below. Are you reacting to life, or are you controlling it? Be honest with yourself and put it in the comment. Because those are two completely different lives. One is passive, the other is powerful. Most people scroll through life, reacting emotionally to everything. News, opinions, criticism, failure, and they call that living. But the Stoic sees through this illusion. The Stoic pauses, observes, chooses, and in that small gap between stimulus and response lies absolute control. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Read that again. Most of your anxiety, most of your fear, most of your suffering doesn't even exist. It's created in your mind. So why are you obeying it? Why are you letting thoughts, mere thoughts, dictate your emotions, your actions, your identity? Here's where Stoicism becomes dangerous. Because it forces you to confront something you've been avoiding your entire life. You are responsible, not for everything that happens, but for how you respond to everything that happens. And that's a heavy burden, because it removes your favorite escape route, blame. No more blaming your past, no more blaming people, no more blaming circumstances. Just you and your choices. But here's the paradox. The moment you accept that responsibility, you become free. Free from emotional chaos, free from external control, free from needing the world to behave a certain way for you to feel okay. And that is power. Real power, not loud, not flashy, but unshakable. Imagine being the kind of person who doesn't crumble under pressure, Who doesn't get offended easily? Who doesn't panic when things go wrong? Who doesn't need constant validation to feel worthy? That's the Stoic ideal. And it's rare, because most people would rather stay comfortable than become strong. So let me challenge you again, because this is where transformation begins. What is one thing in your life right now that you keep complaining about but refuse to take control of? Drop it in the comments. Be honest. No filters. Because awareness is the first step toward mastery. And if you're serious about changing your life, not just watching videos about it, but actually doing it, then you need to understand this. Stoicism is not philosophy for entertainment. It is philosophy for war. War against your impulses. War against your weaknesses. War against the part of you that wants the easy path. Because the easy path leads to a hard life, and the hard path leads to freedom. So the next time something goes wrong, and it will, pause. Don't react like everyone else. Don't complain. Don't spiral. Instead, ask yourself, what is in my control right now? And focus only on that. That single question can change your entire life because it pulls you out of chaos and puts you back in command. Now, I want you to know that something in you is waking up. Something stronger. Something more disciplined. Something more aware. So here's your final challenge. For the next 24 hours, observe your reactions. Every time you feel anger, frustration, anxiety, don't suppress it. Study it. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, let it go. If the answer is yes, act. That's Stoicism. Simple. If you're ready to build a mind that cannot be broken by the world, then it's mandatory you subscribe to Stoic Gateway. Because here, we don't escape reality, we master it. This is not just content. This is a system designed to change the way you think, forever. And in the next video, we go even deeper. Now check it out to gain deeper understanding of what you've learned in this video. I am here to be your guide,